of the importance of some of the things that you're talking about doing, because in terms of dollars and cents that you would put on some kind of international exchange program, we could certainly gain much more out of it than the few dollars that we might put into it in terms of support.
There's no question about that. And though, you know, I love this country and would do nothing to damage it in PR or anything, but I think somehow we're still talking about this color thing. It's a color thing, because we're talking about a country that is run by persons of color and with a lot of resources. And our country will not invest in that. But we've already put more money into Eastern Europe since the wall went down than we have put into Africa in the last 5 or 10 years. That's what you wonder, what in the world is going on now? I think it's because we just have not come to think of that, and someone keeps saying that I'm afraid that I'll lose my money. See, they're so prone to revolution. They're so prone to nationalizing things. I think this is the problem. I didn't mention it. I was in South Africa. And I think the problem there is one of these days, the South Africans are going to be in charge of that country. And they have an awful lot of resources. And it would be nice if our country would be the country of record when they decide to do business. But we're just not doing it.
Very good. Doctor, during these last few minutes that we've got left, why not let us look at some of the progress that has been made at your institution, and in a real sense to sort of give the community sort of a report card on what you've done since the last time that we talked. We had an opportunity to talk to you about your institution.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. I believe you said that from time to time you'd give me the opportunity to give a report card to the city, and I really appreciate that, let me tell you. So I want to thank you and the station for allowing us to do that. Our enrollment continues to increase every year. This fall, our enrollment was over 900 students, 916. That's an increase from when I was here the last time. We were probably around 600 students. So we've constantly had an increase every year since that time. So that's improving. The other thing is that we're beginning to do things on the campus. In the next few months, we will have construction going on with our little theater and with the music annex. And then 12 months or so from now, we will be renovating the chapel, getting ready for the centennial year in 1992, and we will put a roof on the administration building. Then after that, we will go after some more funds to get others. And I want to thank our congressional delegation from Tennessee for helping us get these funds through the Department of Interior, through the historical preservation. So we have all of that going. If you look around the campus, it looks a lot better. We have given faculty raises, so they're doing much better in terms of the money. Not as much as we'd like to give them. Another thing is we've just picked up a matching grant from the Mott Foundation, $500,000, and we said that we wanted this for an endowment for teacher salaries. If we're going to keep good teachers, we must pay them, and we know that. So we asked for this. We must match those funds, and we intend to do that. Then we'll have an endowment of over $1 million when we put that together. The endowment today, I think the last time I was here, we were talking about an endowment of maybe $1.5 million. The endowment today is $3.5 million and growing. So we think that we've done some good things, and a lot of people have worked. Our alumni have continued to contribute to us. They've increased their giving each year. This past year, they gave us over $500,000 in terms of total contribution. They are projecting $650,000 for next year. Corporations and foundations are continuing to help, and the city of Nashville certainly is helpful. And again, I want to thank you and this station, because I think appearing here has also been of tremendous help to us. And before I finish, let me say that we're also now doing things in the public arena. For example, we decided last year when Nelson Mandela was released that each year we would celebrate this day as Freedom Day at Fisk campus. So on February the 11th coming up, we're going to have an all-day seminar, different subjects. We're going to invite different ethnic groups, different nationalities around the Middle Tennessee area to come in and talk about it. The theme is, how can we start a movement that will give us world peace? We think it's time for us to start talking about that. Let different people come in and talk about it. And we invite everyone to come out. It's going to be a day of just talking about what we can do to help the peace efforts on this planet, because we know that if we keep having war, something awful is going to happen somewhere down the road.
Two more final statements, Doctor, we would like for you to deal with. First is the fact that you're the president, the national president of one of the fraternities, Alpha Fraternity. Excuse me. And exactly what does that mean, and how can such an organization help us deal with some of the problems that we have to deal with today? Well, and following that, I would also like for you to speak to the United Negro College Fund, because I think that those two organizations play very, very important parts.
Both are very valuable today. The Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated is the oldest of the African-American Greek-led organizations, founded at Cornell University in 1906. It was designed, and its motto is, first of all, servants of all. So we believe in serving others, and we work hard at it. Our college chapters and our alumni chapters throughout this country, and in some of the foreign countries, we have chapters located in Germany and Korea and other places. But we have a project that we call Alpha Aid. And what we do is try to get young men, and young women for that matter, to understand that they ought to stay in school. We had a slogan once that said, go to high school, go to college campaign. We want youngsters to stay in school. We were the first group to officially recognize publicly that men had as much to do with teen pregnancy as women. We were the first to call in the young men to tell them what they ought to be doing. And we've had the March of Dimes to come in and help us run these kinds of programs. So we're doing those kinds of things, and we will continue to do that. Now, the United Negro College Fund, we all know that slogan of mine is a terrible thing to waste. And there are 41 institutions involved in this. We have a telethon each year here in Nashville, and let me again say to everyone who participated in the telethon on December 29th past, thank you very much. We raised more money than we've ever raised, over $200,000. All of that will go to help provide scholarships for deserving youngsters and to help faculty members who want to take a year off to study or to write books or some other kinds of sabbatical leave. So this organization is very important. We raise over $45 million a year, and we're still climbing. We have a capital campaign going now for $200 million to help us do some of the things that we want. Half of that money goes for endowments. We need that. Ambassador Annenberg gave us $50 million to start on this, so we have only 150 to go. We've raised about another 50, so we're probably halfway home now on that. It's something that I'm proud that Middle Tennessee works very hard at. They realize the value of Fisk University. It is Fisk University. When you hear UNCF in this area, you're helping Fisk University when you help that. So if you want to make contributions to UNCF, send the check UNCF to Fisk University. We'd appreciate it very much.
Very good. Doctor, we've got 2 minutes. Any final comments that you'd like to make in reference to some of the things that you're involved in or anything else during these 2 minutes?
Well, let me say that the international arena is going to be the thing that we must deal with as we move into the 21st century. We must decide that we're going to teach our youngsters foreign languages. I think that every youngster that finishes high school now ought to be able to speak a minimum of 2 languages other than English. And I think as you go through college, it ought to be even more, and we ought to become proficient at it. The person on the street ought to be able to do that, not just persons who have gone through college. So I think we need to get ready for that. The other thing is the technological world is with us, so we must train our youngsters in technological ways so that they can handle all of the equipment that will be thrown at them. Just an example, we were looking at the war that's going on, and I'm not for the war at all, but you notice that our Patriot missiles went up, and every time one of the scrubs came through, they knocked it down. That's technology that's doing that. And the main thing about that is you have to have people who understand that to fire those missiles. Now, if we don't train our youngsters better, then even with those sophisticated weapons, we won't be able to use them. So we must get into the technological race and win it.
Let me thank you, Dr. Ponder, for coming by and giving us that very, very important information about your institution as well as the other issues that you covered today. And again, let me encourage you to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Good morning.